Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more Stellaris. And currently, I'm working my way up towards expanding the Empire some more, surveying over here to know what to expand into over here, and we have plenty of things to take advantage over here. But my next goal would be to push over here, possibly, into this pocket. Well, actually, honestly, I could do a number of different things. There's a number of habitable worlds over in this area. I just have to survey them and see if there's anything worthwhile over here, which it definitely looks like there is. For one, I've got decent energy credits out here. And this would probably be a good place to colonize. But one of the things I'm holding off on is some of the good colonizable planets are ones that my other race, the Pagovans, can colonize. And right now, I'm actually modifying the race so they're not decadent anymore. And right now, I'm about the halfway point with that project. We have 14 months to go, and then we'll be removing that trait from them. So what that does is it makes them have a modifier when they don't have slaves. And currently, my empire does not have slavery, so we're just getting rid of that element of their race so that we don't have to worry about it for the future. I also have an edict going that will also hopefully get the ethics divergence removed as well, so that when we're ready to colonize, we'll have something that's more in line with the Empire's ethic code. All right, so we gained a little bit of mining drone research as well as some physics research and engineering from the debris. All right. And I feel like we finally have things in full swing here with both the science vessels working. We have 3 fleets, all of which are, except for this one fleet, at about 3,000 strength. Now, this fleet, I think, has the most cruisers. As a matter of fact, this one only has 1 cruiser, and that one, I think, down here has 0 cruisers. Actually, it's right here. I was right, it is here. It was just with a construction ship as well. Yeah, so 0 cruisers here. So I could actually move some ships around. For instance, with this fleet, I have a decent number of corvettes, and this fleet over here I don't think has any. So what I could do is split off some corvettes. So grab 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'll go ahead and select that fleet when we're done. Oop, didn't mean to close them all out, but it's this fleet anyway. And I'll have you come over here, and then we'll merge you up with the other fleet when you're done. And over on Test, which is the only area I can build a cruiser at the moment, I am going to build another cruiser. All right. That way, every fleet will have one. And maybe this will even out the fleet strength a little bit. It looks like this fleet will still be a little bit underpowered. Maybe once we see how much the cruiser is worth. I might actually be able to do that right now.
Complete.
So, over here,
Construction complete.
we have... I don't know if I actually see what it's worth here. Oh, that's all right. We'll figure it out when it gets built. All right, so we've got construction finishing in a number of places. All right, because I finished this, I should be good on food. Yeah, all right. And because this planet is full, we don't really need any other food. So, might as well upgrade what we can upgrade. And power generation is always nice to upgrade. I do have another Betharian resource that I have yet to use. As a matter of fact, how do I use the alien pets? Is that just something that... Honestly, don't even remember what the... I know that the alien pets made people happier. Maybe let's see if there's a building I can use with that. I don't see anything that necessarily takes that resource. And I'm assuming that there's no modules that take it. No, not that I see. So for now, I don't really know of anything that uses that resource. In any case, as I was doing here, we're going to be upgrading power generation. And then I guess I'll go with the upgrades for the labs. There's a decent number on this planet. And we are behind in physics research, although actually we're almost surpassing the society research here. Something that we used to be very strong in. All right, so let's upgrade here as well. And then we have one more physics lab to go. Actually, a bunch more to go. This is very research-intensive planet. Matter of fact, if I have a leader that boosts research, this might be a good place to put them. And we'll upgrade this last of all. And you don't have a... Here is one that does that. We also have another one here. Alright. Do I even have one on... Well, this guy's not... Could have swore I assigned this guy. Alright, well, I'll check that out in a second here. We'll grab this guy. I don't know why he's over... Yeah, that's a... This is so weird. I'm having so many bugs with the leaders. This guy should not be on this planet. Grab him. There you go. This planet should have the guy that clears blockers. Although he finished his job clearing blockers. That's so weird. Why... Well, I don't really want him there now, but I do want him on something. And Test doesn't have a governor. That's so weird. We'll grab this guy. And I want a governor of some kind here. So we'll just grab the available governor, which is our new governor, who does the blockers. Yeah, but right now we don't have any blockers to clear. So I just like him to be somewhere, because he's going to give us some modifiers to, like, happiness and things. It's just weird. It, like, shuffle around my leaders, and I didn't do any of that. Let's take a look at the actual empire, though, here. We do have a couple guys that are working sectors. And I am at my leader cap, although I am researching something that will expand that. Unfortunately, because I'm also modifying the species, I have to wait for that. And we have another 11 months before that happens. All right, well, a governor leveled up, so that's good to see. And I have to remember that on this planet, I do want... Oh, we can upgrade more stuff. As a matter of fact, why don't I just go through... Looks like we can upgrade another physics lab here. I have so many physics labs, and we're going to be running behind on society research. I'm actually considering replacing this. So, just back out here a little bit. I'm going to replace this one. And I'm going to place it with... you have to go back down, unfortunately. So we'll go back to a basic one. And then we'll go Biolab. I'm pretty sure I researched Biolab. If I haven't, then that's obviously a mistake. But hopefully we can get things going in a little bit different direction here. In any case, over here, I'm thinking about building another Betharian plant right here. We'd get the modifier to it, so go ahead and build that. And we have one more Betharian resource to use, so I might as well use it. And when that is finished, you will work there. I'm not sure which one will pop first, the building or the population. Hopefully the population. And I can always move it to somewhere else to work until that building's finished. But hopefully they actually happen at the same time. All right, well, we might as well speed
Special
things up here.
project complete.
All right. Special project completed, so this time we didn't fail. And a masterful display of engineering, the team under Science Officer Reglor has managed to gently raise the derelict ship on Damium 4 to the gas giants. I mean, I should just stop trying to pronounce these planets. Damium 4 to the gas giant's upper atmosphere. Despite its age, the ancient cruiser is remarkably good in remarkably good condition, and we have restored power to its systems. No trace of the original crew remains, but we have brought over our own and commissioned the ship into the fleet. So gains experience and we get a ship, so let's take a look at that here in a second. We also have these guys which need to merge up with the rest of the fleet, so we'll do that. Matter of fact, probably the better way of doing this is just telling them both to go into orbit here and having you go into orbit as well so they don't leave orbit to merge. And then what do we have here? So first, let's just tell this guy to go survey something. So you survey this. And then military ship. What are you? It is a cruiser. Let's take a look at it. So it's using very basic tech. More than likely what we're just going to want to do is take the cruiser and have it upgrade. So upgrade fleet. It's going to go and meet up with this guy. So this fleet actually will probably end up with 2 cruisers, which is fine. That'll get them up to probably strength where we want it. All right. Well, it's nice getting a new cruiser for free. All right. Gaining levels. Again, let's speed things up.
System survey complete.
All right. That system survey is done. We do have that habitable world, which is size 10. And it's got a decent number of resources over here. Let's take a look at the planet itself. It's a tiny planet, but it may be worth it. I mean, if I'm considering a size 8 planet to expand my borders, this would be a fantastic planet because all of these resources would fall within my borders. Predominantly, I would love these energy credit resources that are out here as well. Very tempted to do that. But again, we're waiting for the this to finish, which we've got 6 months now before that happens. And, oh, we also want to tell this guy to survey something. All right. I don't know how much more I want to survey things over here. So we probably actually want to come back over here. I felt like there was somewhere we needed to survey that we haven't yet. But I may be mistaken on that. I'm not actually seeing anything. So I guess there's no harm in surveying things. Why don't you survey over here? It is getting rather close to the Fallen Empire, but hopefully you don't cause too many problems there. We are starting to get kind of to the limits of how we can expand. Once we fill out this area, that'd probably be pretty much it. So I should probably focus on this area because it's going to be a lot easier. Although we do have competition over here. That's actually... Oh, we got an anomaly. Well, I'm going to leave that be for now because they're continuing to survey things. Oh, we got conflict here. Oh, but you're on passive, so you just skip right on by it, huh? Well, I could go in there and kill those guys. It wouldn't be that beneficial, because I think we've gotten everything we're going to get out of crystalline entities, but at least it gets rid of them. Alright, well anyway, we want to come over here and merge these fleets on up. Although we want to wait until the one guy's upgraded. Has that happened? Preparing ship for upgrades. So we'll just deselect that guy and just merge what we've got. Alright. So currently, yeah, this will bring this up to right about where we want it. We just have to build that cruiser and send it. Oh, actually, this fleet. Okay, so it's still a little bit behind. We haven't finished the cruiser yet, but it's about to finish.
Construction complete.
All right, there it is. This guy's worth 300. We're going to be sending it down to this fleet. Actually, here, right? Yeah. So, this fleet will be over 2,000. This one's pretty close to 2,000. I could send some of the more corvettes over to this fleet to even it out a little bit. But I will expect once this guy's upgraded, it will be about 300 itself, which will put me at about 2,000 with that fleet. So we should be good. We've got 3 fleets that are roughly about 2,000 in strength. And then, actually, it probably might be a good idea to start thinking about war with these guys. They're getting pretty large, and they are a rival. And we could take a couple planets from them. Maybe just one. Maybe we just take Ginium here. Or the system, anyway. We don't know anything about the planet, because we don't have very good information here. But that would allow us to expand out. We do have some habitable worlds here, although they're continental worlds. That's still not too bad for our race. And we get access to some of these resources. Might not be a bad call. And if we only ask for one thing here, it might not be too bad. So let's see, diplomatically wise, what we can do over here. So let's go to people that we absolutely don't get along with. Well, interestingly enough, these guys really hate us, even though we have no border with them. We're probably rivals, though. But these guys are the ones that we're really talking about here. Now, they have equivalent power to us, according to this. Their naval capacity is inferior to ours, but their fleet power is equivalent. So if we were to build up our fleet a little bit more, we would definitely outpace them. And we also have allies, and I don't think they... Oh, they are in... They are in an alliance here. So let's see where their allies are. So they are allies with... I don't know where the Great Jatel Duchy is. I guess we could click on them and say go to. We also... All right, so these guys are here. So that's pretty sizable. Oh, here's the other guys. So they're small time. But these guys are definitely sizable. So this would be definitely a big conflict if we were to engage in it. If we were to declare war, our allies would say no to it at the moment. Well, what I would like is I just want a planet. And I want whatever's in Ginium. So we have to find that. Possible I'll miss it. There. Okay, so we have 2 planets in Ginium. And I actually want them both. So let's grab them. That's a bummer. It brought me all the way back down. All right. It was worth 20. All right, there's the other one. So I want these planets. Another thing I could do is I can weaken this guy by having it... Oh, they would be willing to do it. So if I take these 2 planets, they would be willing. That's very tempting. I mean, what is the fleet for if we're not going to be using it? I gain 2 planets. I gain some territory. I push back on these guys. It's not a lot of war score. I feel like I gotta do it. I gotta go for fighting here. I mean, I know I have plans to Where are we on technology? Before I do that, I almost have shields. I'm going to want to wait for this. I want the shields, and I want to be able to upgrade my fleet to have them. And once that is done, I think I'm going to probably want to do that. Now, we are pushing here, and in 3 months, we'll have that done. And this will be done in 6 months. So I could still do the colony effort
Construction complete.
before the war starts, just expand out this way so that the colony isn't threatened.
Ships upgraded. Construction complete.
And over here, does look like the population point's going to pop before the building. And over here, all right, that guy's out. What I might do is add this guy onto this sector. I actually don't know if you can do that, though, without contiguous borders. Let's see. So we want to go over here. And this is the Seagwall sector, which is here. We cannot add it. They're X'd out. So that's kind of a bummer. So you have to actually have the border connect for you to be able to add something to a sector. Because this is a planet I definitely want to get rid of. Eventually. It was mostly for the strategic resource that was built in the first place. Alright. Archaeologist. Oh, that's good to know. Another thing I could do is I could do an outpost here. But I'd want to do it for something important. Oh, there's somewhere that I probably... This was cleared out. I want to survey over there. We are over here. Just click there and get rid of the construction ship, and then tell to merge. Okay. I do want to survey over there, because that might be a good system, as there's a lot going on over there. I'll have to wait.
Special project complete.
Alright.
Research complete.
We've got this finished, and the special project got finished as well. We knew that was going to happen in 3 months, so they happened at the same time. All right, over here. Now, this would go along with the bonus this guy will provide, the fighter stuff. We also have this resource here, which does armor-piercing things for projectile weapons. We have the autocannon, we have minerals, and then we have cruiser assembly yards. Might be a good thing to pick up. But out of all of these things, fighters give us more capability. Autocannons is just another weapon. I think we already have the weapons we need. We could continue to get minerals. I mean, I think we have plenty, but... The ability to build cruisers cheaper and faster sounds like a good thing, especially if we're going to gear up for war here. So I'm actually going to take that. It won't come out anytime soon, but it might be valuable when the war starts. And speaking of the possibility of gearing up for war, we probably want to start thinking about expanding the fleet here. But now that I have this population over here without that trait, at least I think, yeah, that should be done. Okay. We're going to go ahead, select this, and build colony ship. And now we only have 2 choices. But they don't have that one bad trait anymore. Kind of weird. I had so many more choices before. Was it somewhere else that I tried to build the... Go over here. This is the capital, so we might have something more what we're looking for over here. All right, over here we have militarist spiritualist. Well, militarist isn't what we are all about, so that is definitely different. Then over here, if we were to build it, again, same thing. So we can either get a pacifist or a militarist. It's pretty much what we're looking at. None of the xenophiles that we saw before. Well, I kind of like the militarist over the pacifist. So we'll build it over here. And I definitely want to reduce down the spiritualist. I don't like that because it is kind of counter to what we are all about. And while that is building, I actually want to look at this planet and see how their happiness is doing. So, we still have that recently conquered modifier. But we no longer have the problem with slavery, at least not for that population. And then some of this might be the militaristic. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, okay, so the militarists are less happy with me. So actually, that's probably a mistake. Let's back out here. And actually cancel that. So that's a mistake. Because there's certain things that they don't like how I conduct things. So let's come over here and take a look at how the pacifists like me. So is this guy a pacifist? They are. And they have modifiers as well because of the my orbital bombardment policies and things like that. So it looks like the population that likes me the most is the one that is kind of their standard. So they don't like artificial intelligence. I'm going to assume that's due to the spiritualism. But they don't have really any other modifiers. Interesting. So we're trying to get rid of their divergence, but it looks like we're going to end up having to go with the population that is kind of their normal ethics setup. Let's build a colony ship here, I guess. And we'll pick these guys because they hate us the least. All right, well, I learned something a little bit new there. That certain traits, ethics traits of a population are going to make them feel different ways about you. And in that case, we want to pick the one that has the least problems with us. Oh, also, I did want to build up my fleet here, so I think I'm going to build up... Currently, my fleets are predominantly... Oh, and this guy we want to merge up. So let's do that. All right, so we're looking at the fleet and test being kind of a little bit down. So this fleet here is 3 cruisers, 8 destroyers, and 4 corvettes. Our fleet and test is 1 cruiser, 13 destroyers, and 6 corvettes. So this is the most cruiser-heavy fleet. And then over here, we've got 13 corvettes and 12 destroyers. And no cruisers, although we are sending one over. So I think for the fleet and test, I'm going to want to build a cruiser to even things out. So build another cruiser. And then I'll think about it after that. All right, let's speed things up a little bit.
System survey complete.
All right, science ship is done. And that's the one over here. So I'm going to go ahead and send you all the way over here to survey that system.
System survey complete.
We're done here, but you are going to stick around, and you are going to research the anomaly. And it's another abandoned ship. So I don't think we'll get one for free. Because it sounded like maybe it's an older ship. Who did I send to research that? Okay. I think I set up the right thing. For a second there, I felt like maybe I sent the other guy to do it. He should be okay. In any case, I think this is a good point to put a cut in the video. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner signing out.